Welcome back to Raging Across New York, where we will howl
and rage across New York.
The worm and rage against it. Rage against the dying of the light. I feel like there's some... Yes. This show is rated R for Aru, for rough, and for mature subject matter. Lots of mental health issues among NPCs and possibly PCs. We'll see if they develop mental health issues.
Oh, don't forget Ragabash. Rated R.
Wait, what?
You said rated R, so I said Ragabash.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Rated R for Ragabash. So, rated R for Arun? I don't know. That was a...
Yeah, except the the R is capitalized, but not the A.
Exactly.
This show is rated R for Running with the Wolves.
Yes, that it is. Who is with us this time?
Hello, I'm Dominic, or Domi for short, any pronouns. I will be playing Bryce, also known by her werewolf name Themis. And she's ready to get back into the action. Maybe into the Umbra even, we'll see.
Alright, I'm El Duende, pronouns any all. And I'll be playing as Jake Stromfeld, aka True Strike, the Get Fenris Room.
I'm Jan. I'm playing Paul, aka Skitters and Shadows, aka Otis, the Bonar Ragabash.
Hello, I am Enter. I am playing Miranda Blackball, that goes by Weave Walker, the Urge of the Glasswalkers, and current pack leader.
I'm Roger. I'm playing Miles Lincoln, Glasswalker Galliard.
Indeed. Last time, when we met this pack, you were investigating a psychiatric clinic for potential foul play and worm connections. And you just had done the ritual of passing into the Umbra, the rite of shadow passage. And you did it inside your Winnebago as well.
As you do, obviously.
Yes. It is practical to have a Winnebago for such situations when you can step sideways and not show the rest of the world that you are in fact stepping sideways. It is a good thing for the Veil.
Yeah. By the way, since we're finally in the Umbra, Jake, now in his Labros form, will say, there's a good chance, as Weave Walker mentioned earlier, there's a good chance we're going to get into a fight. You sure you want to be in Hamid form?
We don't get into a fight, we're going to be using computers. I'd rather stay in hominid until we know that's not happening.
Alright then.
Let's see now. It is in fact nighttime, isn't it? Because this is when you have decided to
The raid.
Yeah, to do sneaking into the Institute. And the difference between the Institute in the Umbra and in the real world is not huge necessarily. Much all the other buildings around here, it's a shadow representation of its physical self.
Probably a lot less friendly to erects.
This is true. There's definitely some of the pattern web spiders, or rather the web that these spiders weave.
Me in real life would hate this.
So would I. No word of a lie. I will admit that I do not necessarily get along terribly well with spiders. So, yeah. I don't know if they get along well with me, but that's neither here nor there. At least from the outside, the Rehabilitation Institute looks mundane enough.
Since we stepped sideways inside the Winnebago, does the Winnebago exist in the Umbra, or did we just appear on the street when we'd
You know what?
Go
I
there.
think you just appear in the street. For the most part, vehicles do not cast a reflection in the Umbra because they just aren't there long enough.
Yeah,
It really depends.
unless they're possessed, but then they might appear different even in the.
Yes, and also if the owner of the vehicle is deeply passionate about the vehicle, it will leave an impression in the Umbra sooner or
Maybe-
later.
Stormspeaker does seem like the kind of guy who's passionate about his Winnebago.
That's fair. That's fair. Maybe there is a slight, very transparent-looking ghostly Winnebago in the Umbra.
We want a ghost car so real to be a thing.
Yep. Again, both the Shadowlands, where the ghosts walk, and the Umbra, where the anime spirits, the
Anime spirits.
Yeah,
not
that'd be
anime,
scary.
animal.
Oh no, Japan has taken over the afterlife.
I am referring, of course, to the
Anima.
yes, those.
The Japanese Empire never stopped. They just started conquering different places.
Couldn't get you with Pearl Harbor, so they went with anime spirits instead. To paraphrase.
Sun never sets on Japan.
Neat. Anyway, regardless of how things might be with that, the pack is now standing in front of the Umbral version of the Rehabilitation Clinic. And there's going to be the cameras and such are
Where's Optimode?
definitely do have. You can see where the cameras are. The cameras that are used in the real world. They have some kind of imprint in the Umbral equivalent with, let's describe them as red-eyed spirits that are sitting there and watching the world, as it were.
Hey, Weave Walker.
Yes.
Any idea where that spirit that always goes around with you is?
I'm imagining he's on me.
Here's Optinode. Just hanging out with Weave Walker.
Hell yeah. God, I
Okay.
love Optimode. I hope nothing happens to him.
Don't say that. You're baiting him.
Yeah.
This is not the
If
storyteller
Optinode
smiling
dies-
evilly at all.
If Update
So-
dies, everyone gets 5 rage.
Yeah. For real.
So we can see the cameras, but does the entrance have a shadow in the Umbra as like a gate we have to pass or anything like that? Or wall? Or
Didn't we decide we were going to go through the roof with a rope?
that's our exit.
Okay then. In that case,
Alright.
The gate
Um,
does have an umbral reflection indeed, and instead of looking like a set of glass doors with a decent coded lock to it, which you have scouted out previously, it looks like very sturdy web cables, if you will. The weaver spirits, the pattern spiders, have woven quite strong spider webs here. They look more like steel cables than spider webs, but that is what the pattern spiders weave. So it's sturdy, and
Just to be a question, in the Umbral, are we limited to just on the ground? Or can we just three-dimensionally move?
that's an excellent question, isn't it?
I don't
Why
think
are
we
you
can fly. I think
asking me these?
we need gifts to fly in the Umbra team.
There is a gift to fly.
Yeah, yeah. So then clearly, you
It's
need
more the fact of all of the art just depicts like werewolves moving through the air.
Yeah,
well,
it's
they will have like advantages, like are very physically capable creatures. So I'm guessing that basically they jump and climb around, doing some like Batman shit, basically.
Who knows? Maybe some parts of the Umbra have moon physics.
the Umbra is the one thing you can be sure of is that the Umbra is ever shifting. So
Yeah.
every time you step into it, there are some changes because certainly if you are out in outside the city, where the wild is stronger. Here in the city, there's more stability because of the Weaver.
Yeah.
I do have a question. Since last session, this is completely unrelated, but since Bryce didn't stay for the whole what's it called, the thing with her activist group, does she only recover 1 willpower this session?
You know what? That is probably true, but she also only spent 1 willpower last time, didn't she?
Technically, I had 2. I just removed.
Oh,
1.
okay, fair enough. Let's see now, ban. If they let persist an injustice that they could have prevented or addressed. You know what? That's a little bit harsh. I'll allow you to recover all your willpower because.
Still contribute, but yeah.
Yeah, but
more
you
so.
went from demonstrating against an injustice to investigating if there is an injustice. So
True.
different place.
Right now is, if anything, justice maxing.
Yeah.
If it
I
turns
am
out
the law.
she will, you are the law. She will. If there are bad things happening at this rehabilitation institute, you will take considerably more direct action than your activist group ever could or should.
They just don't know that because they don't know werewolves exist.
Exactly. Nor should they.
So, how are we getting past this? You want me to use my claws?
Could Temet, sorry, does anybody have good skills at talking to spirits? Maybe we could convince our spirits to open up.
Yeah,
possibly.
Storm Figure, why don't you do some speaking? And if that doesn't work, we claw it up.
It was related to the question of 3-dimensional travel, because then we could just
Jump
hop
over it, yeah.
the fence.
It's not a fence so much as a solidly the gate to the actual house.
So when you say gate, you mean door?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
it's
so
a,
door
The front,
building
the
you
front
can't
door.
hop over.
The front door.
Yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah.
it's a web.
door.
It's a web, a really well-constructed web.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does the door have a visible lock, or is this a case of
No,
we should actually try to open the door to see if it's locked or not?
He said it's like a bunch of cables, basically.
Yep.
Ah, okay.
Cables attached to anything? Do they have something that looks like it could be released?
It looks it looks designed to not be released. Like it's a solid barrier. It's not solid because it's web, so you can see through it inside to the glass is a bit dim, so you can only see shadows inside, but the web itself it's not like there's a button to press or a keyhole to pick to open it up like it was a door. It's strangely, Weave Walker would probably conclude, solid in a sense.
Huh.
It's
Because the
Alright,
Weaver's
well,
supposed to replicate stuff in the real world and reinforce it,
yes.
but they're not going to turn a door into a wall.
No,
If that's not what they're doing. That's not what they're supposed to do.
that's correct. And yet this has somehow happened here.
Huh. I have an idea, everyone. Why don't you help me tear down a portion of the wall so we can get through?
Yeah,
That might set off some alarm. I'd prefer us to, like, not set off an alarm. So if we can deal with it, if we can just convince the spirits to open it for us somehow, that would be maybe
Well,
fast.
do you see any spirits here that are willing to open the door for us? Because if
Let's
not,
have a look.
Yeah, we can. We've only been here 2 seconds.
So we'd like to look around.
Strangely devoid of spirits, patterns, spiders, what have you. Regardless of where you go in the Umbra, all the items tend to have at least a dormant spirit, and sure enough, that exists here too. If you look away from the Institute house here to trees lining the streets here. They will have their sleeping tree spirits. But in other parts of the Umbra, you're gonna sooner or later see a pattern weaver spirit, a spider, climbing along the web somewhere, maybe fixing things or extending the web, and so on
Especially
and so
because
forth.
we're in the city.
Yes. Now, this is not Manhattan, it's Queens, but it's still part of the greater New York area, so weaver spirits tend to be very content to be around these places. Not as much here as in Manhattan, granted, because there is more trees and more residential neighborhoods of the one family home type, townhouses and such, rather than the skyscrapers.
Yeah, Manhattan is like the center of the web.
But it's still it's not the center of the web, but it's still solidly within the web of New York. You'd expect some. You could probably see a pattern spider or two across the streets, like along the residential areas, but not here. Spirits seem to be inside the building, maybe, or just not hanging out here. Who knows?
Got it. So in that case, then I guess it's back to my idea.
Before we try breaking in, could we get up onto the roof, see if we can get in through our escape route?
Oh yeah, you can definitely climb up to the roof. These webs are not difficult to climb. It's probably easier to climb in the Umbra than it is outside the Umbra, actually.
In that case, we'll check
Okay.
out.
All right. I guess we'll climb up then. All right.
Very well then.
True Psych, you gotta remember, like, you keep suggesting we tear down the Weaver webs, and that's pretty core to our faction.
I hear you. That being said, True Strike is also a impatient get offenders with 4 rage points. So you gotta
That's fair, but as if we went to, like, your area and we said, oh, what's the first thing we can do? We can tear down this war memorial. That makes sense.
yeah,
That's
but
the
you get
easiest
what
way to
I'm-
solve this solution.
No, hear what you're saying, but you also get what I'm saying. Though,
I
right?
also get what you're saying, yes.
And it's one of the easiest solutions to the problem.
Yeah. Asking a all rune, let alone a get a Fenris all rune, to not break shit, it's sacrilegious.
To be fair, if this is a corrupt structure, we can destroy it to our heart's content. But until we
Yes.
verify that, like, we've got to check its planning permits to make sure that it's an official build. If it's not,
Alright.
we're just going to come in like council and destroy it.
All right then. All right, let's start climbing then.
I'm not even gonna have you roll for this because it's not hard to do at all. I guess that's
Yeah,
the
enough,
advantage of being in the Umbra compared to in the real world.
It's not quite flying, but it's easier.
Oh yeah,
Probably more just like subjective gravity.
a little bit.
You just decide which way is down.
Yeah. Yeah, the Umbra is a strange place, isn't it? It's... Looking up, because you're climbing, you will see the umbral skies, and are they stars or spirits in the Umbra?
Maybe it's glimpses
Is
of
the
deep
umbral
Umbra.
weather, is that those like clouds or massive spirits floating around up there?
Maybe it's a combination of all 3.
Could be. As you're coming up on top of the rooftop, you will see what is in the physical world, the vents, the HVAC units. They're more like glowing cubes with strands of webbing running into the sky, almost like antennae. The weaver nodes, the pattern spiders have been at work. The stars are actually blotted out about here. There's over Manhattan itself, it almost looks like a grid of pulsing green-white light, like a circuit board across the heavens, rather than stars.
Huh.
If that's what it already looks like in 91, what's it going to look like once Elon Musk launches Starlink?
At this point, it's this green and greenish, yellowish light, which is because the computer screens are mostly green, and you have your black and yellow cursor and such like on the computers. So the graphics are going to be much improved in 35 years, I think.
That's somewhat intimidating to True Strike.
Much more cyberpunky in the 2025, I think.
Okay, the roof. I think I did see that there was a roof entrance. So what's the roof in the real world? So what's the entrance like here in
It's
Umbra?
again, I mean, you can see the imprint from the steel door because you looked at it before. If anything, the web weaver cables are stronger here, probably because the steel door is stronger than the glass door. At least that's what Weave Walker would.
All right, then. Jake's gonna do something unwise unless you convince him not to.
Seems like the only solution.
Wait, just
All right, then.
Give me a
Yeah,
second.
I'm just gonna break the door.
There is. It looks like the place obviously has a big satellite dish in the physical world. In the Umbra, this satellite dish also exists. It is the spirit of the satellite dish is in fact awake and glaring into the sky with greenish eyes.
Huh. That's great. Unless I noticed
That
it
could be
beforehand.
useful.
yeah, that could wait. True Strike, wait.
Storyteller, you gotta come before he gets edgy. You gotta tell him the options.
Wave Walker or Storm Speaker can probably speak to that spirit. Maybe we can get some help before you knock down the door.
All right, but if this doesn't work out, I am busting down the door.
Wait,
We get it.
even then, look, I'm really worried about us setting off alarm. Can you, before you knock the door, can you let me have a once over at close range to it?
Fine.
Okay, great.
Alright. Rage dice. Here we go.
Yeah.
So ready.
Yeah, in that case, we're going to try to talk to the spirit, obviously.
Alright. What might you want to ask it?
Is there a way that we could pass into this building? We have information to send and receive.
The spirit will glare at you as you are looking at it. And you're gonna notice that this thing... Let's see now. What is Weave Walkers? You have a lot of intelligence occult, don't you? Yes, you do. Of course you do. Why don't we... let's just give you this. I'm having difficulties making my mind up for... I have a difficulty making my mind up for the difficulty levels. There we go. 2 difficulties in one sentence.
A
So,
lot of different.
yes. Weave Walker will categorize the satellite spirit as a weaver spirit. But the eyes, when it looks at you, are off. Not as they usually would look like. Not the pale green of a computer screen, but something more nauseating green. And as it looks at you, it starts shaking a bit, and out of the central satellite, a number of smaller pattern spirits starts running down into the building. And yeah, it's like a pulse, basically, of pattern spirits running into the building, and it starts... the mouth of the satellite dish, to the extent that a satellite dish has a mouth, opens up quite widely.
So does it look like it's infected?
Why don't we roll an intelligence occult check here? Let's go. I'm gonna set the difficulty to a 4.
Hi.
And if it is infected, is there a way we can peel the infection off? Because when there's like a human has a Bane on them, it's really simple. Just from the Umbra, you attack the Bane, and once you've killed it, the human is free. But if both the spirit and the infection are in the Umbra, can we separate them?
No. When a spirit is corrupted in the Umbra, then it's basically turned into a Bane of some kind.
There we go.
There we go. It was hard to tell from the outside of this spirit because it has retained its shell. The Weaver shell, the Weaver spirit shell it had. But now that it's moving, and it's like it turned its the umbral reflection of the satellite dish towards you, it's like the thing in the middle of the satellite dish that collects the signals is like a very weird nose. And inside of it, as it has opened up its mouth to... It's a silent scream of some kind, but... Or just a silent... Oh, look at these things. You can't hear anything. But you can tell of the cracks in the Weaver shell, the Weaver makeup, if you will, that, yes, it has been corrupted. There is the goop that is running out of its mouth, the black, oily substance. This is, in fact, has been a Weaver spirit once, but has probably forgotten what it was.
The fact that it has a mouth is not a good sign. Spirits don't need mouths.
That's not good.
At which
So-
point I step back and just say, worm tainted.
Okay, then. And then I do the predictable thing and charge.
I believe you. Yes. You will charge that thing and destroy it.
Yep.
I don't even know if we need to take half. You can take half with your attack, probably, and that's gonna end
I
it
don't-
pretty quickly, isn't it?
Yeah, like literally, I could just take 5 successes and probably go down.
Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense, actually.
Yeah, so I just tear it apart, and after like completely smashing it to bits, just say, "All right, then, time for Plan B," and just walk up to the door, ready to like tear it open.
Of course, as you do this, we're gonna have a proper umbral reflection, aren't we, of the roof and its inhabitants. Because we're gonna have some... You're gonna have a bit of a welcome here, I think. Where did that go now? Deep sigh? Really?
The clinic is going to be making a really confusing call to tech support in the morning, most likely.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think out of the vents and the HVAC units, it's like an alarm has gone off, strangely enough.
This is
You're
bad
very
for my
surprised.
reputation.
You're very surprised to hear. These were pattern spiders once, Weave Walker, but now they are serving another entity of the Triad.
Boy.
And they do not like your presence,
Oh, those are funky looking.
aren't they?
All right, then. It's time to have a bit of fun now.
isn't it? It's almost the whole sneak him up part is done for the moment.
Now would be a good time to switch to Galabros or Ispo.
I'm gonna get whatchamacallit, Optino to stick with me, just because for some reason they were almost one shot by a minor spirit, even though they're a stronger spirit in the last fight. So
Dice be tricky sometimes.
Oh god, that's
I think we've actually got to figure out
transparent.
how strong they are.
The kind of transparent 20 that's over Miles's face just makes him look so hangdog and depressed.
Isn't it like a power fight? There we go. All right. They are rushing out of the HVAC units and coming for you. And who are they coming for first? It's going to be True Strike, isn't it? Because True Strike is the person who is going at the door. And that's probably going to be the last mistake they ever made, maybe? Who knows? But they're going to try. There we go. So, let's go. It's to do...
Oh, what the fuck?
Pincers! They have
Alright then.
pincers. Yeah, that's like on their legs, they have small claws, and they have 8 of those legs. So, much like a spider, they will be standing on their 6 legs and coming at you with their front legs. And of course, they do have the mandibles with dripping ichor from them and all those 8 eyes.
That's just for the rapid shift.
Yeah.
So I get to instantly switch to Krenos.
Rah!
We ever
And-
actually fought something that wasn't dripping ichor?
Nope. It's a
I
worm
don't think
trait.
there was a...
All right.
I guess
yeah,
a
Worm does
bear,
like-
briefly?
That one was ridden by a Bane. That was dripping ichor, so...
All right, then dexterity plus claw strike plus all right. So I'm at about. Wait a minute. Let's just quick recount. 6 plus 4 plus 1, 19.
What?
I'm gonna half that actually down to that's all right, yeah, 9 dice.
How much damage do we do? Oh, there we go. Splat.
I will be rolling that.
Yes, yes, I can see that you would want to.
All right then. Fuck, I'm the defender, so I still take damage.
So you do, apparently. Because they were lucky this time. Very. Yeah, so here we go. It's actually, let's see now, boom, it's doing the attack, and you're going to take a point of damage from that. But you are a Garou, and you're an Arun fighting for Gaia, so it's not like you're going to be discouraged from that. Other than, oh, we're going to get another rage point, because you just took damage in combat. You're angry now. You are really pissed.
Yep.
Weave Walker?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to switch to Ispo, or attempt to. Hey. And I'm going to...
Maybe jump him.
Possibly? I don't have quick shift, so...
That's a -2 dice then.
Yeah.
Oh
In that
wait.
case, I'm going to move in front of Skinner's, just because he probably isn't that good in combat. That's
Skinner's
just my
is-
assumption.
It's built for combat, really. As a Ragabash,
Really?
he's pretty good, fucking good.
That makes sense because he's a dex build. He has a lot of dex, so
That makes sense. In that case, she'll jump in front of Miles, get between Miles and one of them. That's the turn.
Another Weaver, corrupted spider, is going to move up towards True Strike and do something different. It's going to start spinning a net of sticky silver oil threads and try to capture you in it.
good thing I have my original roll, so I could attack him with 10 dice. Sorry, 9 dice. Or wait, no. Yeah. Wait.
You just rolled your thing.
No,
Yeah.
that was halved. That was
Oh,
the halved
right.
one. So I get to fight this one. All right, then I can just take half and automatically do 4 successes.
Very well. So
So-
it's trying to snare you, and you are
I forgot.
describing how you're not getting snared, please.
All right, then. So as the first spider bites into me, I see the second spider and quickly do a slash at it to prevent it from doing its maneuver.
It will be stunned at this lashing out, wobbling a bit and moving backwards, threatening you with its spider legs.
Yep.
But otherwise, it's a futile
By
maneuver.
the way, mind that was with Razor Claw, so it took add half the Garu's glory rounded up, so that's free extra damage.
Okay.
Superficial. Okay, so at minimum, if with 1 success, this guy takes 7 superficial without having it.
Yeah. There is green spider blood, not red, splattering all over the ceiling, the roof here, as I think you're cutting off a leg or two, basically. Skitters,
Oh.
what might we be doing?
You have a
I'm going to use Rapid Shift to go into
Very well.
didn't work. And then I'm just going to attack the nearest spider with my blade.
Oh yeah, you have that blade.
No, it's a penknife and it can fit in my pockets. Like,
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But-
dedicated.
no. Okay, yeah, that's a different knife. Yeah, Miles is the one with the.
Miles
Right.
has the clave.
Yeah.
This is just a dedicated blade. It's small enough to fit in my pocket.
And I didn't
Like a
do
pot.
my homework on the talismans, so I apologize for that because this was a crazy week. But it's in my head
Got it.
now, so tomorrow
Basically,
it will be done.
Like a hook knife.
Yeah. All right. Why don't you roll to attack? Because
Okay.
you have in fact rapid shift.
There's no -2.
I guess there is a -2 for moving, but that's about it.
Moving?
Yeah, like closing out the.
Because
distance
you
between the-
didn't start your turn in melee.
Oh, right. That makes
So,
sense.
yeah.
Sorry, I thought there was one close enough that I could just stab. But whatever. -2. Okay, so Dex. Oh, wait. Sorry. I always go in the wrong order with this. I do not know why I do that.
Muscle memory at this point.
And I'll take my. Oh damn it! Can I? Oh yeah, -1, -2, and roll.
Nice.
Wow. And since this particular spider has already done its things, you're just gonna feel free to describe how you tear it to small pieces.
I don't. What I do is I pull up my blade and just slice it in one cut, just in half, and it stays there for a second, like it doesn't know it's been cut in half, and then it just collapses down.
Yep.
Pulling an anime attack.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing werewolves can do.
Yeah, it's one of our mystical powers.
You know, that knife just cut through that spider steely carapace and revealed the horrible rotting smell inside this thing. Like, it's just absolutely from the inside out rotting while it was walking.
This next part is going to hurt.
Maybe. Let's see. We have one. Yeah.
This is why Alright, the next thing is definitely going to have to be Spirit of the Fray. Jesus. I'm getting jumped right now.
Nah, this one is actually going for Bryce.
Good.
They're all leaping into action at the same time. There may or may not be an awareness of what happens at other places and so on. That you would expect Weaver spirits to be very coordinated, but these are not regular Weaver spirits, are they?
I guess just in her homid form, Bryce is gonna try to counterattack with a big ol' kick.
Yeah, just they are the size of what, a really large dog, basically.
You should push that since that's...
I could willpower reroll because kicking a spider is very funny. Let's go.
Apparently,
I'm
it
so
is
proud of-
very funny. You
So proud
kick
of
the
you,
spider.
Bryce.
Where do you kick the spider?
I guess it's not very big, so just straight up football kick to the main body.
Okay, I think it's gonna shudder a bit as you smash one of its eyes, and the green goop from inside it just runs down its distorted face, and the smell of putrefaction hits your nose. It's not terribly damaged, mind you, but yuck. The stench itself. You've already done your things, haven't you, True Strike?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now this part hurt.
Maybe. Yeah, this part hurts.
Ow.
It just rushes down the larger spider web to attack you. And do a little bit of damage. It's gonna, unlike the one that tried to web you, it's just basically biting you in the side and trying to hold you with mandibles and the front legs and everything. Do these things have venom? Who knows? So far, they haven't. Okay, apparently Bryce is getting attacked again.
Come get me.
Is this fair,
I'll
you
show
ask?
you what happens if
Of
you
course
do.
it isn't.
Oh, wow. Only one
Wow.
success.
Okay, that was a little bit pathetic.
These spiders might be just a bit cooked. I'm not sure.
Am I unable to dodge?
Have you used all your dice for the turn?
Don't know.
Because if you have, then yes.
So I take damage, correct?
Yeah.
Ha!
Porcupine's
reaction.
reprisal!
Yes. Yes. Come get me. So that's 3 glory reflected back, I believe.
Yes, yes it is. Even as it's biting you in the other leg, because you kicked the one, right? So the leg that you are using to stand on and balance on, it just jumps for that, like right down by the foot. And then you just reflexively... What does that look like, Porcupine's reprisal?
Imagine like similar to the spikes on
Yeah.
Bryce's little jacket, almost like spectral little quills come out of like her foot to just
That makes
reflect that
sense.
damage back.
and just right into the mouth of the spider, because it's biting you with its pincers.
I get more
isn't it?
rage.
And you get more rage. This is true. What do we want to do with Optinode?
They're sticking with me, not in combat.
Yeah, let's see now.
Oh, by the way, I have a spirit too, the city rat.
You do,
I don't know.
yes. The city
Yeah,
rat.
it's a-
We haven't even. It's here too, isn't it? Jeez.
Yeah, because it's a combat.
I like to think that Optinode is like basically morphing its form to like basically hide in the fur of Weave Walker's Expo form.
That would make sense. Let's see. We're gonna have a city rat here.
I guess he was in the pocket the entire time.
Yes, he was in the pocket the entire time.
And I'm gonna just say that perhaps maybe Skitters, unless stated otherwise, just didn't introduce him to us.
Yeah, it's hiding in the hoodie.
If this is like the spirit of New York rats, shouldn't it fit the mythology and be at least the size of a cat?
That's fair. It's still in his on his shoulders maybe. There we go.
In the hood of the hoodie.
Yeah,
Just
in the hood.
Chilling.
Just chilling in the hood. Which means that I need to that to the tracker as well.
There we go.
Is he the giant rat that makes all of the rules?
Obviously.
So some suggestions here for Optinode. Let's see now. Digital, sounds monitor and subtly manipulate digital and electrical network computers. Pattern armor, +2 resistance dice when defending against chaotic banes or spirits of entropy and decay. And power level of 6. How about that for Optinode? I don't think
So
that's-
basically he forms like a glowing set of armor around his coat.
Yeah,
I like that. That sounds
That's cool.
It's pretty nice.
but it has absolutely no combat abilities, so it's not getting involved in a fight.
It's
Fair,
defensive.
So
has-
it's for moral support.
Yes, exactly. No, it's there for other things, like...
But also moral support.
but also more support, indeed. Yeah, so we have ourselves another creature that wants to hurt you guys. Whatever have you done to deserve this? I don't know. Apparently, you have disturbed them. Miranda, it's coming for you.
Oh, great.
Wow.
Oh!
I'm so sorry. It's just
Okay.
This is a jumping spider, and it's just right for your face.
Yep. That's fine. I'll roll my non-existent brawl.
Is it really though?
Yeah, it's fine. Brawl plus. Strength. Ugh.
That's an owie,
Oh.
isn't it?
Yeah, I'll re-roll, just in case.
Alright, so you take 4 damage.
That helps a lot. No, 3 damage.
Okay. Okay, it isn't a +1 deal, it's just the amount of successes. That's good.
Yeah, in this case, it's just the amount of successes.
Okay, damn.
They're not that powerful. It's not the weakest spirits you've ever seen, but they're not. We're not talking Nexus Crawler levels here.
Yeah, Miranda is more dealing with... She deals with other things, not combat, so any
Yep.
combat is fucking terrifying.
What do we want Siderat to do?
What kind of stats does he have? Like, what kind
I'd put it to a power 4 because it's weaker than our friend Optinode.
Yeah, but what kind of things could a rat spirit generally do?
How about stealth, survival, and maybe a little bit of brawling, actually?
Oh,
Because
makes sense.
you know,
Well-
rats be like that, so... Its
Want to
teeth.
see some rat on spider action? Would that be
Okay,
something
yeah.
you could do?
It
Okay.
could do that, yeah.
Throw him like a projectile.
Oh my god, he's literally Boo! Minsk
Yes,
is that
yeah.
you?
Oh my god, it's Boo.
It's Boo, it's Boo.
It's- So I guess City Rat will help. Who are we helping here?
Die.
Who are we helping? You said?
This one.
Oh, Themis. Yes. So it jumps into. It's a yeah. It has a long twitching tail made of sewer pipes. Maybe I don't know. All right, it's gonna.
pipe cleaners.
Yeah, pipe, exactly. That's a hit, and this thing has already used its dice pool. It shudders as City Rat literally leaps from the hood of Skitters in Shadows and bites a leg off, or two even. It's ferocious in its wild defense against the Bane spirit. The Bane. I don't have to say Bane spirit because obviously they are Banes. Themis, you've used all your dice, haven't you?
Well, I can transform, can I?
Yes, you can.
Heck, I have a lot of rage at Krynos time.
Raw! That is the cutest
I
Krenos I've
love
ever seen.
No, it's Angie.
Wait, didn't Femis already act though? So no Krynos for you. For until next turn.
Yeah, didn't you
Um,
kick?
No, it's a minor action to shift.
Oh,
but
but
And I...
that still means, doesn't that mean the Femis during the attack earlier gets a +2?
Or a minor, yeah. Oh, no, because the shift happens after the fight. Yeah,
Okay.
after
Right.
the fight.
She's not gonna do anything else other than heal.
That makes sense.
Because that you can do, regardless.
Draw upon Gaia's strength.
Rage. I am very healthy. That's gonna be what Bryce does currently. Standing there, it's looking very scary.
Ah! Storm Speaker, you haven't done anything yet. The world is your playground.
And since everyone else has acted, this means your attack is basically free damage to whoever you hit. Have fun.
So turn into Hispo. Good. And okay, so which of these? This one is. There's just one that's already injured, yeah.
Yep.
Guess we'll do
If
this
I
the
recall
efficient way. I'll come down and bite it.
All right, so nice. So this guy has already taken about 6 damage. That's hell yeah, kill him.
-2 to your attack, obviously, because of
Which
your
means +/- so,
doing
no.
your minor things.
Oh wait, actually it is -2 because
Yeah.
-2 from transformation, then -2 from moving. Good thing it's aggravated damage though.
Yeah, the bites are indeed. Feel
Come on,
free
yeah.
to describe. No, actually, this is not. How much is the damage from the bite? It's +1, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's actually
+1.
4. Okay, feel free to describe how you bite this thing to destruction.
It's just one massive bite, and so as much of the spider's body as possible is inside Storm Speaker's mouth, and the legs are just sort of stuck out the side of his mouth like whiskers.
You. And the taste of that thing. Ugh. It is a horrible taste of putrefaction, bile, and vomit in your mouth.
Miles has already bitten a sewer serpent to death. This is becoming routine for him.
Yeah. So we have a spider yet again trying to harm True Strike, but it's a new turn, so round 2. Okay.
Oh wait, I just realized I made a miscalculation.
Oh.
It wasn't +4 on the Raging Strike, it's +5. So I actually rolled 10 dice, so I guess it doesn't matter.
It does
We're on
not.
kind of a little bit. Nah, it don't.
It's gonna try to capture you in its weave. Okay, that was
That's just
that
for the
was
Raging
mostly
Strike.
just sad.
Alright. Thankfully for the spider, it will only have to deal with... Actually, fuck it. 5 successes. Just take half on this one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
It's 3 in.
yep. And don't forget, the Razor Claws are still active, so...
Oh, how much extra do you get from your claws?
half glory rounded up, which means 3 more superficial damage, which means on just one attack, I do 7 without it being halved down.
Eee. That's a lot. Yeah, with your one attack, even as it's trying to desperately to get that web around your legs and your arm, you will... Are we cutting off some spinnerets here?
Yeah.
And
also,
maybe
I
the
will-
hind leg as well?
Yep, and also be doing a quick regeneration check, a rage check for regeneration.
That makes sense.
Fuck. Still, that means I'm back to only 1 superficial damage.
Yep.
Reminder, it's 2 rage dice in Krynos.
Oh, okay then. I guess I'll roll an extra dice. Fuck!
Is indeed. You just absolutely exhaust your rage on this.
You'll get it back. Maybe.
Yeah.
No, it's 2 per
my
rage
God.
check. It's not 2 rage dice. It's 2 per rage check. You're all single rage check and you heal 2.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I guess
Oh!
bring that back.
You regenerate
bad.
more in Krynos than in any other shape.
Yeah.
Okay, like,
that's
yeah,
right.
oh, yeah, that makes more sense. Technically, I would have 1 more rage as well then.
Weave Walker!
That's
Yeah, she's going to go on the offensive now. On the one that almost fucking killed her.
Let's go.
Rah! We asked the question, when will you rage? And it has been answered, hasn't it?
Let's
Spider
find
didn't
out.
have killed you, Weave Walker, you would have been fine. You would have been hurt, but would have survived.
Pretty good for me. Is a rage check a action? Would it cut into my dice?
No, that's
like, the
rage check.
regeneration.
No, that doesn't get into your right dice.
No, that's, you can just do that once per round.
It's reflective, yeah.
Okay.
Reflexive. Reflective.
It's like a natural thing, so
Fair
doesn't
enough.
count towards your actions.
The way I built my character, I have straight up, like, the entire setup just be done for free. Because Raging Strike, Razor Claws, and Rapid Shift are all free.
You have no luck today, do you, Weave Walker?
Jesus Christ, you're getting mauled to death. Fuck.
You're absolutely getting mauled. As you are, I don't know, what are we doing here? Fists? Legs?
Well, no, his bow. It's his bow.
Okay, so it's in fact not fists, it's claws and bites.
Good thing,
Yep.
though, that the successes have been reduced by 5 because of both Optinode and your free successes. So that's only 2 damage.
Optinode hasn't acted yet, but Optinode can, in fact, act.
Yeah, but
Right?
isn't like Optinode being used as armor in a way?
No, that's an Optinode. The armor is for Optinode.
Okay then.
Yeah, so I've taken 4 damage.
Yes, you have. Oh, you've added it to your sheet already?
I've already added it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
I am
so it's on
3 more
top of
damage
you,
and
Walker.
I'm dead.
You are lying on the floor of the roof with the spider on top of you. Optinode sending out small electrical impulses across the rooftop, like electrical sparks of basically help, screaming
Doing
at
bit.
everyone else. It's
Yeah. It's fine. I'll make a new character.
a very synthetic help, SOS, help from Optinode.
Yeah. That's fine.
You're gonna be
That's
fine because
my turn.
Skitters is up. Yep, Skitters is up.
You should probably help these guys because Bryce is fine. I'm very fine.
You're very fine.
Okay, okay. Just... I'm gonna throw my knife at the spider that's attacking Weave Walker.
Very well. That's gonna be, what is it?
Dex Athletics to throw?
Yes, definitely. Yes. And the thing is completely intent on Weave Walker. It's like they say in D&D, go for the wizards first. But in Werewolf, that would be go for Theurge first. Maybe they could sense her affinity with the Umbra. But that's gonna be a hit on the thing.
Yeah, this spider is about to get jumped, huh?
I think so. So that's gonna be a bunch of successes right there. The knife will bury itself in, I don't know, the mid-torso. Thump. And Iker runs from the side, even as it shudders, and moves towards the side, looking at you, because you hurt it, Skitters. You hurt it. These things are not necessarily super intelligent. They are still one of the lower ranking spirits in the world.
You just took out a Garou, so they can't be that low ranking.
Fair. It's not the lowest ranking, absolutely not. Okay, Themis. But you've already fought this thing, haven't you? Or wait, let's see now. Where are we?
I haven't acted.
No,
this
you haven't
round
acted yet. This is the new turn. Of course not. I knew that.
Bite his fucking head off.
Let's spin you into a web here. See if we can hold you down.
Cute.
I think Themis will counterattack with some claws. So that is butterflies. Willpower for the heck of it.
Okay. We wanted a savage result on that one, didn't we? But we didn't get it this time. That is 2 successes for you. And what are we using?
Claws.
Claws.
So that's a +3.
Ooh. Yes, it is.
Superficial.
So it's 7 total, minus 2 is 5. Like so many others of these creatures, it will shudder in pain as... How many legs are separated from its torso? You're not stopping to count, I'm guessing.
Nope.
True strike. May your strikes be true.
Indeed. First of all, rage check for the second attack of Raging Strike.
Ugh.
Fuck. Alright then, that's fine. So that means this guy here is about to have 5 successes go against him.
This one hasn't acted yet, has it?
Nope.
It gets to defend!
Barge.
Nice.
Not entirely. So that's going to be 2 plus... What are we using here for...
All right, we're doing 2 plus 6, which means even halved, it takes 4 superficial.
There is going to be a lot of ichor on this rooftop, let me tell you.
Good question, everyone. Should I willpower reroll that?
Up to you.
All right, everyone. What do you think?
You can do more damage that way.
I'm doing democracy, everyone. Fucking vote.
Are you doing a democracy?
Are you thinking to take it down this round with more
Yeah,
damage?
yeah. All right. Fuck it. We ball in. God damn it. All right, then. Wonderful. I'm not pissed at all about that.
Wow.
No.
That was...
Well,
Well,
at
you
the very
tried.
least, how things are going, they're definitely going to be dead the next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good thing I brought that Moonstone with me.
Optinode cannot do much in combat other than whisper...
He's doing.
Whisper
It's fine.
supports to Weavewalker and just... You can do
Hey,
it.
oh, it knows the gig. If I die, it's free of any obligation. It can fuck off.
Yes, yes it can. But since it is technically your servant, it will say, please, master, fight to the last for the Weaver and Gaia. In a very synthetic Stephen Hawking voice. I'm gonna give you an extra dice for your next action because it's helping you.
Yeah. Okay. Also, I'm not its master. It's a full being.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Yes, it's you're the guide. How about that? This thing is
Companion,
already
sure.
You're
acted.
the operator of the system.
Yes, you're the operator of the operating system. Clearly, yeah. City Rat here has been
Not
okay. It's gonna it's gonna jump here then. Because City Rat knows about the Theurge, maybe. And
City Rat is smart.
yeah, yes, the rats are smart. Rats are very smart.
Yeah, they're like some of the most intelligent animals on Earth.
You know what? Let's willpower that because
Oh
I
yeah,
feel like that's important right now.
6 successes. Yes.
Oh,
Come on, City Rat. I really should come up with a better name than City Rat.
Yes, you should.
That was a.
City
Give me a
Rat
second.
just
I think about it.
absolutely destroys this thing, jumping up on the back of the spider and biting it in 2 pieces, where the thorax is on one side and the rest of the body is on the other, and it just all the gooey innards pour out on the roof with a horrible pungent smell. You're all drenched in basically sewage smell by now. It's almost like you're back
Which is why Bryce used the claws and not her teeth.
Exactly.
Gross.
Yeah, ew. And you've already... Have you done your thing? Or have you more things to do, Themis?
It's my turn. Yes.
It is.
I have used my dice. However, Bryce can still heal, so... That's
Yes.
just... Or should I wait? That's
Only
the
you
question.
can
I do
help.
have a lot of rage. I guess I can just heal. Used up one rage. It's fine.
You did. You healed a bit. The anger inside you subsides as the pain of the wounds... Let's see now. When do you start to have to do the frenzy? Oh, we're all using the willpower here to not go frenzy.
Yes, I'm keeping track.
Very good. Storm Speaker. It looks like Weavewalker's flank has been secured by the rat spirit.
Right, so how badly damaged are these 2 bleeding ones?
Savaged, both of them. I think all 3 are like... There are lost legs, there's that ichor running down their sides. They're trying their level best to keep fighting because of their inner hatred that just hits you like a wave. Which is weird for a glasswalker to feel that kind of hatred coming from something looking like a pattern spider. But yeah, they're all in deep pain as well.
Right, then, kids, think I'll...
Maybe you can put them out of their misery.
I'll come over to this one and finish this one off.
Very well. And it has used all its dice too.
I'm biting again.
Okay, and that's going to be aggravated because you're biting, and
Plus
it's
one.
+1, so that's 3. You're gonna.
I'll re-roll. If that hasn't finished it off, I'll re-roll.
It has not quite finished it off. So you put your mouth around, I guess it's midsection, not the thorax, and you bite down hard right next to all the cluster of eyes, and you can feel the crackling of the carapace under, and then you feel the horribly smelling and tasting goop filling your mouth, and then you bite just a little bit harder. It stops moving. I have a feeling that things have tilted a little bit in your favor by now. But these things apparently don't have the typical self-preservation of animals. Could it be because they're not animal spirits and don't have natural instincts? They're destructive forces of nature, which includes self-destruction apparently. True strike.
Alright, so...
That's a little bit pathetic, I have to honestly. Okay, we're gonna fix that with some willpower reroll here. It really wants to hurt you. And
Alright.
it doesn't
Jake
really.
Alright, True Strike has been pissed off by this thing because it bit him once. Jake
Yep.
gave it a nat strike and it's still going, so Jake is going to use his entire dice pool for this one thing now. because- I will not be using Raging Strike though, so it'll only have to go through 7 successes.
So basically we're gonna 7 successes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah, so don't forget that
That's 4 plus your claws. So
4 plus 6, which means even halved, he takes a minimum of 5 superficial damage. He's cooked.
yeah, very. Yeah, why don't you describe what you do to the thing?
Alright then. Basically, the spider, as it's about to bite me, I just look at it and fucking roar as I fucking slam my entire claw down on it. Just smashing it to bits.
Yeah, it's a smash spider. It's yeah. There's goop in the middle and 8 legs around that goop, and that's
Yep,
it.
and good thing that I did that, which means I can now switch to Galabro form. That's with I'm gonna say that's whatever. All right. No wait, I'm still in. No wait, I fucked up. Let me give me a sec. I'm gonna switch back up. I realized. Never mind, I didn't switch. All right, forget all that. That never.
I'm forgetting it already. Weave Walker, you're lying on the rooftop with a lot of pain everywhere, and Optinode sending warm electric impulses through your body that helps you in some way. Maybe subside the pain a little bit. In other words, +1 die.
Yeah, okay. Not much I can actually do. If I attack the thing, I'll die.
There is no
So-
thing against you. Everything around you is destroyed.
Except this guy, of course.
Yeah, but it's not close to Weave Walker, and it's busy because of all the other Guru. So
I guess she can try to regenerate some, and then probably lose the wolf.
possibly lose the wolf.
likely lose the wolf.
Good thing I brought the Moonstone, because now we can have a quick moment to howl at the Moonstone. Gets it back.
You can.
Oh, I didn't.
You did not lose the
think you-
wolf.
Yes.
I get heal one.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
Ugh. Ugh. Just slowly up on your knees and just on your in your hispo form and just very wobbly forelegs, getting slightly less wobbly. Skitters. What you
Okay,
want to do? Your knife is firmly lodged in the body of a different Weaver spirit.
Okay, I'm going to.
Well, Bane, really.
Please give it a quick hit.
Give me. I want to think. I'm going to rapid shift into Krynos and attack it. This way,
Alright.
up here.
That's a lot, but okay, fuck it, sure.
But I don't have any knife and I have no brawl, so I need like all the advantages I can get.
Isn't it nifty to have that moon glow stone so that you can actually get some rage back when needed?
Oh damn it! I lost the wolf.
You did! Which means that you are actually turning back into... Oh, you're going to the wolf form.
You get a choice, right?
Oh,
I just
absolutely.
said, okay. I'll go into.
I think you shift back to your natural form, don't you? So if you're wolf-born, you switch back to your wolf. But if you are human-born, you switch back to hobbit.
Oh, it just gave me a choice. I guess I'll.
Oh, did it? Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's.
Maybe I'm confusing the different editions again.
I think that's
It's-
a different edition thing. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think since we're in edition, that it allows us.
Yeah, I think you might actually get to choose.
Yeah. So
I'll-
apparently you are
yeah.
in wolf form now. A very ragged wolf form, as it were.
Which is practical because you have toofies that you can bite with.
Yeah.
Yes, you do have teeth.
So I'm just going to try to bite this dude.
It's weird from a terminology point of view that it says you've lost the wolf and you become a wolf.
Let's lose the wolf, but lose the rage.
Yeah. Yeah,
you should read
sometimes they're not perfect with the terminology.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
You've lost the spiritual wolf. How about that?
Like
Nah,
the
I feel
remorse
like-
rolls shouldn't be remorse rolls, they should be desensitization rolls, but
Okay, so I guess I tried to go into Krynos, but I lose the wolf and end up in lupus, and I
Like-
bite this dude.
It's a growl, but it's not nearly as intimidating as it used to be, as you planned it to be. So you have a -2 on the bite, of course, because you move.
Yeah. And can I bite it with melee instead of brawl?
Nope.
Okay. Then I miss because.
Oh, you always have at least one die, right?
Oh no, sorry. I've enough decks. I forgot the brawl was like
Yeah, you can pick between strength and dex, whatever is better for you.
yeah.
So you would actually hit with one die if you take half, I guess. Like one success if you take half.
And maybe I'll get more if I.
Possibly.
And I must. Sorry. Oh damn! I forgot to take out the two a roll before, but I
Feel
got
free
two
to.
successes. Let's ignore those. Let's take one of those successes away because
Okay.
I
Yeah.
rolled too many dice. So I just got two.
Yeah, you're gonna hang on to one of the legs. You hear it crackling under your jaws. That goo comes out in your mouth and almost causes you to choke, but doesn't. I feel like maybe Bane should do extra willpower damage just when you're biting them because it's such a horrible taste. But that would be OP, so we're not doing that. True Strike.
Switching back to Glabro form.
All right.
That's it.
Oh, that's all?
Maybe. Oh, wait, actually, for another thing is grabbing the Moonstone out of the bag.
Okay.
Aren't you going to attack this dude?
This thing has
No, I already.
Oh, you did? No,
yeah,
you...
I slammed that spider into.
Oh,
something
yes,
good.
you gooed it. Yeah, you gooed a spider. This is true. I guess that means that... Oh, why didn't I roll for its attack on you? Because you attacked its skitters. I'm sorry.
I don't know why you didn't. Maybe because you were feeling benevolent, like Napoleon after.
No, that's not it.
It's turn now, regardless.
It is its turn now regardless, so here we go. So you had... How many successes did you have? You had 2 successes. So it's actually not going to get hurt. It's going to hurt you instead.
Boo hiss.
Boo hiss.
I demand.
You demand a recount.
Because
Because
that's-
I'm that level of evil, of course it's going to use its willpower too.
Ah,
By the
boo.
pentagram.
6 successes.
Yep.
Ouch. I think that's enough to kill the shit out of me.
Nope,
In
it
one
doesn't
blow.
because you had 2 successes, so
It
that's
hurt, but it's
4.
fine.
Yeah, 4 damage on you. As you're biting
good.
its leg, it's biting you right in the torso with its horrible fangs. And
It's going to be hard for me to heal when I've lost the wolf.
yeah, Skitters is in pain. Optinode will keep saying nice things to Weavewalker. You can do it. You can do it. You got
Oh my
this.
God.
Let's go, Weavewalker. You
It
can
is actual-
do it. What?
It is actual moral support.
It is moral support. And it's +1 die for Weavewalker for whatever you want to do. City Rat is not going to watch its good friend Skitters get all this pain. It's going to rush over there and deal with this thing. Clearly I need to protect my pal here, is what City Rat thinks. And you can hear its thoughts. No, you don't, screams City Rat, except in Ratish.
Honestly, it's funnier just to have
Can I talk like a Skaven?
Yes, yes,
Oh my God.
kill it now,
Die,
yes,
die.
yes.
Yes, this is perfect.
No, actually, Skaven is better. I was gonna say New York accent at first, but no, Skaven.
Oh,
How
why
about
not
a
both?
Skaven with a New
Right,
York accent?
Yes,
A
yes.
Skaven with an-
Yeah. I'm biting here, yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
This is the
Oh,
greatest thing ever.
I think this rat. I was going to give him like a ratty name, a Skaven name, but I think I might. Give me a second. By next turn, he'll have a name.
I can
Yeah.
tell you
It's
this
just
much. City Rat eats the spider. Just plain eats it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That can't be good for it. I was about to say that can't be good for it, but it's a New York rat. It
It's a
probably
New
eat
York rat. It's literally the spirit of a New
worse.
York rat. So it can eat anything.
its metabolism can absorb anything. Clearly.
Look,
Basically,
when the worm
yes.
inevitably causes the apocalypse, the rat spirits will be the last thing taken out.
If those are the cockroach spirits, but
They're the last, though.
yeah.
The rats.
So yeah, it's if spirits had an iron gullet advantage of some kind, the rat spirits definitely would be among them.
You can just make it up.
Yeah, by the way, now that we're out of combat, I will be howling at the Moonstone I pulled out of my pocket.
Wait. Somebody needs to heal Weavewalker.
Yeah, it's a little bit typical
Sadly,
that the one with
I don't
the-
have any healing powers. I wish I did.
Look, you can
I'm the only
regenerate-
one who has.
I have an idea. We have regeneration powers due to our and you do because you're in Hispo form. So why don't you just help Moonstone and use your rage?
Sorry, my headphone cut out. I'm the only one with healing powers, and they don't work on me.
But,
right.
let me start over. Since you didn't hear me the first time, you're in Hispo form, which means you can regenerate. Just howl at the Moonstone to get a point of rage, then regenerate.
That's going to be the next moment here, because right now everybody is standing on the roof covered in spider bane goo, and as you've destroyed these ex-Weaver Spirit Banes, you will notice that some of the strong cables around the door have in fact gotten thinner, maybe rotted through a bit, because they were the ones maintaining this stuff. And we will discover the significance of this fight on the rooftop in about 5 minutes when we're back from the break, everybody, right?
Ooh.
See
Oh,
you in 5.
Oh, wait. So
What?
I came up with for
Frankie
the
Scratch.
rat spirit.
Frankie Scratch. Okay.
I love it. Perhaps best character in the entire campaign. So anyway, first thing after the fight ends and we're done howling is Jake says, "What's with the rat spirit?"
I'm a bone knower.
Okay.
Ah, okay, that checks out.
Yeah.
It's a little on the nose for New York, but
Yeah. Wait. So we need to. Does anybody know first aid that they can help Weave Walker?
Weave Walker, here's the Moonstone. Howl at it.
Thank you for your assistance.
I can give.
Motherfucker.
Bryce has 1 dot in medicine, but you see
Oh.
the problem is
Just
we're in the Umbra. We don't really have much medical care stuff in there with us.
I'm not feeling too hot. We should probably get out of the Umbra soon.
Yeah. Bryce looks now at Skidders, who's just a wolf. That
Yep.
just turned into a wolf mid-fight and goes, "You need some help there, bud?"
sorry.
Again, do you need the Moonstone?
No, I already got the point. I'm just in wolf form because there's no reason to change. I can talk to you. All we're doing is talking at the moment.
Alright, then let's get
Basically,
moving.
she's just asking if you need the right of the wolf reborn. But if you have Howl at the Moon, then yeah.
Yeah, I've held it. But Weave Walker might need it.
I've already
Yeah,
done it.
Weave Walker, as you are looking around here, you can't help but notice the almost organic nature of the web here. It's not like the steel cables of the Weaver that you're used to. On the outside, they look like it, but on the inside, because some of these webs have now snapped, they are soft, yellow, pus-like, black around the rims. And the satellite dish spirit has still sent, and these are like the simplest of the spirits you can find, pulses going down through this web into the building. It's not gonna take someone of Weave Walker's intelligence to realize that alarms have been triggered by what you've been doing up here.
Okay. Oh,
That's fine. There's not. Whatever spirit is controlling this place is aware of us. So, let's just hit them hard and fast.
okay, but are you back? I could do with some healing if you could.
Yeah.
Try.
Yeah, I can heal you definitely. She reaches out and lays a hand over the wound. And how badly are you injured?
For what? Was it aggravated or
No,
for
superficial.
1 slashes?
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know what that is.
That is superficial.
Superficial.
Okay, so that's fine. I take 1 willpower. Intelligence plus glory.
I hope we find who's ever in charge of this place soon. Because I don't feel too comfortable here.
Do I get the +1 dice?
Yes,
in the
yes, you
healing
do.
check?
Because
Okay.
Optinode has been so nice in helping you out.
And I love Optinode so much. I love the companions. Oh yeah.
How much were you injured?
4.
Okay, I'll spend
For-
another willpower to reroll that.
Oh, you don't have to if you. We're only at the start of the room for infiltration.
Also,
Are you sure?
It's up to you. You don't feel you have to do it because of me.
Okay, you heal for 3.
Okay, 3. I'll take that. Okay,
And I'm down
does
to 2 aggravated.
Okay, True Strike, how are you doing health-wise?
sorry, what?
How are you doing health-wise?
I have only 1 superficial damage.
Yeah, it's
Chemist?
Oh, I'm. She just do gestures, arms wide open. I'm right as rain, no problem.
She's fine. It was mainly just me.
Storm Speaker, you okay?
A scratch.
Okay, if everybody's okay, we're going to have to move fast. Let's, as they say in the. Never mind. I just need my knife. Let's go.
Hook it, sister.
All right, so we're gonna break in through the what remains
Since
of the
these
door.
cables are softer on the inside, can your knife just cut through them?
The shell
about
is
to
still
see.
hard, but once you get through the shell, it gets much easier.
Yeah, and also there's 5 of us plus 2 spirits. We can get through there.
You are moving into the top level of the institute, aren't you?
Indeed.
Do I see
And-
any? Oh, actually, just describe what's there.
Is this gonna be a new scene now that we're entering the actual interior of the institute, which means
I know what's coming.
umbral damage?
Oh,
I already pushed it up. Since we're at this scene, I already put it on my sheet, so don't worry about me.
I'll add that to my sheet. There we go.
Fucking Umbra,
What?
man.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
We've been in here longer than a scene, which means that we start taking Umbra damage. Every scene, 1 point of Umbra damage.
Yep.
Which is 1 superficial.
Yeah, it's willpower damage.
So
No,
let's hope
it's
we
health
know-
damage. Yeah,
It's health, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it's damage.
Yeah, so let's
Do we
hope that
roll for
find,
this, or does it just automatically damage us?
Yep.
It's automatic.
Yeah. Being in the Umbra, even if you are half spirit, is dangerous.
Precisely
The
because
Umbra
you're not
really doesn't
fully
like it.
spirit.
Yeah, we're not fully spirit, we're half spirits.
So a superficial health damage.
Yep.
Some might even say that the werewolves are, in a way, fae.
Not them though.
It's a different. Yeah, World of Darkness has a lot of spirit worlds.
Yeah.
There's like 5 different fucking spirit worlds or some shit.
It's really just
3.
2. It's like the Umbra, because that's where mages go. They just understand it less. And there's where ghosts.
No, because there's high Umbra, low Umbra, middle Umbra, and then
Yeah,
deep.
but that's just the one thing.
And then there's also the dreaming, which is
Yep.
a different thing too.
Yeah. Wait, isn't the dreaming
Similar, but
high
different.
Umbra? The Umbra is complicated.
Yes.
Yep.
It's like the warp, but with an elevator.
This
Somewhat.
is why I'm waiting for that new book all about the Umbra.
The Moonlit
In
Path.
5th edition.
All right, we are inside the ward, as it were, in the Umbra. It's a narrow hospital corridor that you're going to come out in. There are doors to patient rooms. It's sterile. It's too white, too cleaned, too pristine, if you will.
It's the opposite image to what we got.
I guess the mission is the same, to get to the computer room, because if this is corrupted Weaver spirits, that's probably where the bad thing will be.
Yeah, this is the trick here, right? Do you have a floor plan?
There should be a fire escape plan,
There is indeed a fire escape plan.
which is a floor plan.
Okay, fair enough.
I think,
Patient corridors are in here. Okay, let's go for the alertness of everyone here.
yeah,
Awareness.
I think definitely Bryce is keeping eyes and ears out.
So since you are now at the 3rd level here, moving down through the Umbra quickly, I have to ask, because you're coming out basically in the middle of the hallway, in the middle, right? So the 2 wings, the 2 psychiatric wings on each side of you.
There's likely main focuses, if there's something big controlling this space,
Let's see.
sorry, my headset disconnected again.
You
Damn, you
perceive! Yes, you do.
I love playing hybrid characters.
No doubt.
I love having a specialized character who's really good at their niche.
I can tell you this, as you've come down here, again, there are two different wards, one for adults and one is a pediatric psychiatric ward. And the door towards the pediatric psychiatric ward is basically a blackened husk looking like it's made out of an insect carapace with tendrils of neon pink coming out around every edge of the door. They look like jellyfish tendrils coming out.
That looks important. We should go there.
That sounds like something for Jake to rip to pieces.
Yeah. It sounds like a big problem, so let me solve it.
And
the way I
Bryce will probably notice something moving through the hallways of this place. It
From any
looks
specific direction?
like this weird jellyfish thing that is slipping through the cracks of the door into the pediatric ward.
Is that
Yeah, we're gonna go kill that.
something I can identify?
Is it something? Is that what Optinode saw?
No, Optinode saw the corrupted
Spiders.
Weaver spirits, obviously.
Got it. That still looks very bad. We should go punch that thing in the face.
Can I just try and figure out what it is before he starts that?
You can absolutely try to figure
I
out.
think
what that
Bryce will quietly just like whisper.
I think there's a spirit over there. You know what that is?
I'll look over.
It looks like a jellyfish almost.
Technically, I get 2 more dice, but I forgot about that.
Just kill him again.
That's a 5 successes regardless, because the 2 extra dice. As it slips into that, you're gonna recognize what it is. You would call it an ablifet.
Ablifet. Okay. What's its deal?
Its deal
is-
is it's basically an urge of fear.
All right, I'm gonna go punch that
It's
thing.
yeah, they feed off of fear.
Is it a worm spirit, or is it
Oh,
just a spirit?
absolutely, it's a Bane.
Okay, then.
Okay.
Considering it's a fair spirit, probably a Bane.
There is a lot of natural fear that is unrelated to the worm.
That
Yeah,
is
yeah.
fair.
Weaver and Weaver and Wild aren't completely innocent.
Considering where we are, though, probably a Bane.
Yeah, probably a Bane. I had to double check. That's
the
a Bane
dots are
spirit of
connected.
fear. I try to say to
All right, then.
Bryce.
Maybe I'll beat it up now.
Wait. Spirit of fear. I'm guessing that's considering where we are batting.
It's
Jellyfish,
It's-
that's only fitting,
it's probably not a natural thing. It's definitely not the cause of whatever's happening here. It's probably just drawn to it.
yeah.
We should still go kill it, though.
Yes, we're going to kill it. I'm sure you're going to kill it. But just be aware that it may attract other things.
That's fine. We'll kill them too.
And it's not the main threat here.
Again, I'm fine with that.
I'm
If,
just, yep.
if they might have any... Okay, fear spirit. Do you know if they might have any, like... mental powers? Is that the thing?
With 5 successes,
Fuck
do I
with
know
us?
any of their abilities?
That's a good question, isn't it? 5 successes is a lot, after all.
Yeah, it's like Bryce is. Oh, it's a fair spirit. It probably can mess with us mentally in some way or form.
It's probably going to eat your willpower.
That would make sense, yeah. I'm gonna say that you don't know the details of everything it can do, but yeah, it feeds off your fear. It likes possessing homes and people, and it's gonna mess with your mind definitely in some fashion.
Got it. By the way, could I theoretically use a stealth check to sneak up on it?
I guess you can try.
All right then. Oh my god.
Sweet, sweet
So
crit.
I sneak along ahead of the rest of the group, unless like you're quick.
Clearly you do. Okay, so I guess that thing is still in front of you then.
All right then. I want to.
Wait a minute, which form is in Glabro?
Yep.
That would be Jake.
Yeah. Is anyone else going to try and sneak up to behind this thing with me so we can jump it together?
I'm in Hispo, so I get -2 to stealth, and I'm terrible
Yeah.
at stealth anyway. So
I'll go with you just to make
I'm
you.
quite good at
Yeah.
stealth, but if it attacks me, I'll die.
You're fucked. Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
I'll go with you. I'll watch your back.
Yeah, I think Bryce will trail behind, although very slowly so, because she's not the best at stealth.
My next action will be to attack it, if possible.
Yeah, I think Weavewalker is just gonna focus on making sure nothing's sneaking up on us,
Yeah,
as we
That
are
makes
in
sense.
a much bigger threat's lair.
I think Bryce
Yes,
will
you are.
stay close to Weavewalker in that case.
All right then. So, am I close enough to make the check?
You are definitely close enough.
All right then. In that case, then, fucking raging strike. Fuck. That's fine. That's fine. So. Dice.
In the distance, Themis watches with horror as you punch a jellyfish, a creature known to sting people who touch them.
There's no word of a
Alright.
lie.
So that's 16 dice. That's 8 successes. 8 successes on him, yeah.
Jellyfish gone. You just explode the thing in pink, horrible ichor everywhere. There's quivering little pieces of it around you as they slowly dissipate into whatever primary umbral etheric stuff they're made of. Yeah. That was not hard for True Strike to do at all.
Can't imagine it was. All right then, let's continue on our merry way.
are we breaking through the sort of crust door to the pediatric wing?
That is where they're going. You're keeping a
can we
lookout
s-
in the rear, basically.
Can we see any things of computers or like safes or like filing cabinets?
No, this is a patient wing, not the administrative wing.
That doesn't mean they won't be here.
There would probably be several different places where they have filing cabinets and such. They need to have copies of journals available to them.
Okay.
So the nursing station would have filing cabinets because each wing will have a nursing station, obviously. But do I need to say that something feels very off with this place as you are moving through this ward with... It's almost there are patients flanking you along the corridor, but they're not patients. Or maybe they were patients once, who knows? They're sitting there strapped into the chairs like husks of humans. And of course, they're a little bit too small for your liking. You can all hear whispers. It's deep sighs, faint crying, one or two shouts.
If they're like in the same room as us, all right. I'm gonna say to Weave Walker, it doesn't look like we can help these people. Should we just put them out of their misery?
They're not even people. Those are echoes of people, not actual people.
Okay then. Never mind then.
They're imprints.
You shouldn't be so quick to condemn life in general.
No, these are just emotion of people who suffer here.
There's nothing we can do from them apart from clear this place of whatever bad influence is taking control, and eventually the right spirits will make sure that this isn't here.
Okay.
This is the fact. These are here because whatever greater spirit has kept this place locked down and is letting all of this fester.
And you think what was it, the Ablifet was just drawn here?
The Ablifet was just a parasite.
Okay.
It was drawn here. It didn't cause this.
Great.
Yeah.
Not great, but
This isn't
I'm glad
necessarily
that's
just an issue of the things in the Umbra. This is probably at the facility as well. This kind of shit. Oh, I hate these kind of places.
They're dressed like orderlies.
what are?
The things in
the
front
two
of you down
mannequins.
the hallway that just came around the
Oh.
corner to look at you. They're dressed as orderlies.
Weave Walker.
But
These looks
they
like...
they don't have faces per se. It's just completely blank white skin.
Yeah, that's not
Hello?
good.
They're pointing
Hello?
towards you.
Can I try to figure out what they are, possibly? Before
You
they
can.
start?
Weaver spirits or soon-to-be dead ones?
Femis is just standing still like a coiled spring, just occasionally glancing at the thing, glancing at Weewalker, glancing at the thing.
Yeah.
Jake is just glaring at them.
Yeah, she's gonna quickly think, what does she come to?
They're definitely Banes of some kind. You've never seen anything like this? It's a manifestation of what's going on inside the clinic. The true treatment that these patients are getting. And
So this is like Bane spirits of just ignorant cruelty?
yeah, they are, indeed. You will notice as they're moving towards you that their arms and legs are in fact not made out of arms and legs. They're made of restraint strips.
At that point,
These things are threats,
With
but be aware that they work for something else. So,
with hands like leathery fingers at the end of these leather strips that they have, the restraint strips that they have for arms and legs, consisting of scalpels and syringes and all the nightmarish implements that you could find in a hospital.
this Jake says to the Banes, "Come get some, you motherfuckers."
That's
And time for more combat.
that's
Yes. Bryce will at least stand in front of Weewalker as like I suppose a bit of a protective barrier in case these things come closer.
They are definitely coming closer. There's no doubt about that.
Goodness.
Yeah, that means that we're fighting things again, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I guess I need to put down your tokens here.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Jake could beat them in one go.
I would still like the help though, if you could.
Yeah.
City Rat is here! Yay!
His name is Frankie Scratch.
Frankie
hell
Scratch,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Frankie
And
Scratch.
he talks like a New York skaven. So he's, I'm walking here.
I'm walking here.
She's just gonna quickly just warn everyone that, okay, the other Bane spirits we fought outside were just passive. These things are tied to this place. They may be a lot stronger than you expect.
Yeah, I think Tamis would be hairish.
Alright.
I'm very grateful.
Yeah, the terror has been unleashed yet again.
Combat.
Let's go! Skitters, Weewalker?
Oh, sorry. What? I thought we were rolling initiative automatically. I thought that just happened.
Nope.
We can, but it's fun to do it.
I
yourself.
can roll for you.
How
if
do you roll
want me.
initiative? Because the last time it happened, it was by itself.
Oh, okay.
If you look at the tracker and your icon, there should be like a little dice there that you can click. Alternatively, you can go into combat encounters and then click the little dice there.
Oh, I see it. There. Thank you, Domi. Oh, I rolled low.
You did indeed. Let's try to restrain you, shall we? It's what they do.
Oh,
So he's closing the distance and restraining?
Oh, yeah.
Alright then.
Yeah, those arms, they flail at you, Bryce. Or do they flail at...
Oh,
It's,
wow.
they flail at True Strike, because True Strike is the one who's trying to engage first.
I suppose so, yes. I
Yeah,
think.
I think True Strike is ahead of everyone else, honestly.
Always, always.
Yeah, it's what he does.
He's gone!
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So it approaches you and is immediately basically split in half. There is nothing inside this thing. Except maybe a lot of cockroaches just fly out of it and just scatter everywhere as the whole thing just slumps to the floor.
And that wasn't even with Razor Claw. Holy shit.
Ah. Weavewalker? Do you want to do anything?
Nope.
Holy shit.
True Strike already did a thing. Do you have any dice left?
No.
Very well.
That
Storm
was
Speaker?
insane.
I will charge the other one and bite it.
Core.
Oh. You guys are on a roll tonight, aren't you? It's gonna try its level best to not get bitten by you, let's say. Did you subscribe too for running at it? No, maybe not. I don't know. It's okay though. That was a pretty good roll. Apparently, Storm Speaker actually gets entangled in the strips. Not so much that it actually managed to bind you, but just enough so your arms can't connect properly with this thing. So it's really minimum damage with your bite. You're biting into some kind of leathery substance that just tastes of mold. Themis, is there anything you want to do?
You know what? Go Glabro, just because it's very practical.
It is pretty practical, isn't it?
Okay. That's okay. I'm back to
Ah!
Other than that, I think she's just gonna stay where she is.
Okay.
Ragabash.
Frankie the Scratch. He's not just Frankie Scratch, it's Frankie the Scratch. Frankie the Scratch for you? Yes. Yeah.
Or maybe it's Frankie the Scratch.
Frankie the Scratch. Okay, will we have a Frankie the Scratch fan club as well? Who knows?
Yes. I'm already the first member.
Optinode and Frankie the Scratch. That's just embarrassing.
Walk in
honestly.
it! I forgive you, Frankie.
Wow.
But what?
That is the worst rolling. That was a Mikal roll right there.
Oh my goodness.
He didn't succeed. He ate the last spider. Maybe he's still.
Yeah, it's gonna be like jumping up towards this strange orderly and biting in the orderly uniform, and then nothing is inside it. So there's absolutely no damage done at all. It's just like biting in air. Optinode is hanging out here and being its usual Optinode-y self, I guess?
Safe self.
What was that?
He's been safe. That's what he needs to be.
Yeah. I think Optinode will... Let's see. Optinode has... It's... Actually, I'm going to roll Optinode's power level here. I don't know why it didn't say the power level last time. I put it in here. It's weird.
Yeah.
But I'm going to roll a check for it. Anyway, it's staying where you are. It's not going to get involved in anything. That's just terrible. I keep rolling horribly. Wow. So I have now rolled how many dice and got one single success? Should I start playing on a lottery or something? Because that was... I want to see someone calculate the odds of me rolling.
She didn't do anything on her turn, but I guess she would be looking around, making sure nothing else is happening. If that's what that roll was.
Optinode is checking the surroundings, but clearly having trouble logging into an electrical grid here.
Fair enough.
Skitters, what do you want to do?
I want to switch to Glabro and then throw my knife at the.
All right.
Just because I don't know, I feel like he's not in the mood to run at the moment.
That makes sense. Skitters is even uglier in Glabro. On the other hand, that is a common feature for werewolves.
Even uglier implies he's ugly as a human being. As a human being, he's just regular.
That's fair.
Like,
that's fair. He does not have the ugly flaw.
Yeah.
The knife flies through the air, shatters what looks like a mask, but underneath it is nothing. And it just collapses in a heap of clothes. And the situation is over as quickly as it started. And now it's just you in this place again. Obviously, you can't... you can't interact so much with the physical world from the Umbra, because I know Skitters was asking about cabinets and such. So, yeah, there might be, but you're not going to be able to read anything in the cabinet.
No, like, the thing is, if there was one that had a shadow, we know that was important because it would have to be important to have a shadow. That's what I was.
Yeah, no, it's the shadows are around here. Like the doors into the patient rooms here, they are looking more like dungeon cells from the Dark Ages than anything else. But like moldy, reddish colored veins of the same type of pink stuff that you saw from that strange jellyfish Bane coming out on the sides from many of the doors. Not quite all of them. Some are more infected than others. But yeah, this is probably not a place where patients are faring terribly well.
Do we want to start breaking doors open or drive on to the main threat?
Well, where is the main
let's-
threat exactly?
Let's keep. I don't think we should get distracted. We came here to try to find the computer room, so that's where we're going, right?
No, we came here to get to the computer room, but here's the thing. We came here to get to the records room. The problem is, whatever large creature is controlling this place is powerful enough and in control enough that if we leave the Umbra, collect the records we need, and come back, we're likely to be ambushed. And I would rather take the fight to them now, while we are currently at our peak, because the more fights we do, the more likely we are to be weaker and weaker by the time we fight them.
Let's keep
Yeah, you're
moving.
correct on
Let's
that.
go.
So I'm
Okay.
just saying right now, that is our main goal, is to get to the records room and then drop out of the Umbra to get what we need. That will help with getting our... we can put that in the hands of the right people and they can deal with this place. But only we can deal with this threat currently.
Okay.
So likely, the creature is either in a main administrative office, like a head, like overseer, or it's in a boiler room, or it's in possibly the records room. Any place that could be considered control.
Well, let's head to the administration then. Let's get moving.
Yeah.
You know, I think this is the perfect place to pause the story.
What?
Yeah.
Thank God. That means I'll have my willpower back by the time we get back.
Yeah,
Oh,
this game worked in
there's so-
mysterious ways in that way.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that basically, perhaps, like, it's more like, basically, since Fenrir is so happy with, like, me being such a badass, it's basically like he gives me, like, a boost of
Oh
mental
yeah,
willpower.
Fenris is. Yeah, you're doing Fenris's work now, my man.
Yeah.
Just jump into the maw of the worm monsters. That's literally. If you have to jump into the mouth of the monster to tear it out from the inside, you're Drax. You're Drax.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like to imagine that Fenrir is soaring out just a little bit over his basically brand new kicking so much ass.
And for the rest of you who are faithful to Gaia, remember to tune in next week and we'll see if they can actually put down the horrors in the ward and help Gaia out a little bit, defeat the worm once more. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Adios.